This is Relationship-ish, where we talk about the cornerstone of every relationship. Connections. 9 p.m.
We're live.
Marriage. Sex.
And we're having a great time already.
Yourself. Your family. Divorce. Your ex. Your co-workers. Your friends. Your situation. Your lover. Your mother. You name it. Connections. And we always have a great time.
Of course you had to mess
With your
it up, right?
hosts, V and Cash.
Hello. Thursday night, 8 o'clock. You know what time it is. Relationship-ish time. Yes, when we talk about the cornerstone of every relationship, connection, we're talking about sex, marriage, love, food, you name it. And we're always having a good time. We're your hosts. I'm Cash.
And I'm V, and this is Relationship-ish. Please follow us on all social media. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever your social media is, follow us on that, please. Relationship-ish with V and Cash.
Yes. So, based on this week, would you want more time or more money? Hey, Nikki G.
Hey, Nikki. I think I have to say more money. Right now, I would say more money. I have things I need to do, but I'm like, well, maybe next month because I can't. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We could try it next month on that one. How about you? We want more time or more money?
Can we have both?
No, you have to pick one. You're the one who just told me we have to pick
I
one.
know. Based on this week, I need more time, more money.
You can't have both.
What?
So if you have to pick,
What?
yeah, I think you picked
Well,
time because you said
how
time
much-
first. You said time
Yeah,
first, but you can have the time you need. So whatever time you need or the money you need. So it's how much. So Nikki G says
This
more
week-
money. Yes, me too. But yeah, more money.
Based on this week,
Yeah.
I need more time. I need more time.
Okay.
I need more time with my sons. I need more time to fix. But I can't fix this house unless I have more money. Because if I have more time, that's not gonna make more money. It's a conundrum. This is a conundrum. I'm just gonna say this is a conundrum. It's hard.
I definitely, it's more money for me. I don't know everybody else out there, but it's not only based on this week. I mean, we always run out of time, right? But I just think money will be helpful. Running out of time, that's one thing. Running out of money, well, that's a whole nother thing.
Girl.
But some people don't have to worry about that.
But you know what? If I had more money, then it would automatically give me more time because I wouldn't have to go to work. So I would have more time.
There you go.
We fixed it, girl.
Yeah.
All right. So do you know what today's National Day is? This is crazy.
No, I don't
Because
know.
I don't know if we can say this word out loud. Like that movie, Bomb, 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 Deer, Bomb.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
with this date and age, but it's
But
frozen. It's the frozen pop.
And I guess during this heat wave, I guess it's that's why we've had maybe different heat waves at this time of the year, and that's why that's so popular.
Well,
Is that
you know what? You know why? It started in 1955.
Okay.
And it was started by these two guys, and they were like intentionally, where it was always the Soviets against the Americans, and they were like Star Spangled Banner. So they made it to be like patriots in this time. So it's the stars and rockets and bombs bursting in air, red, white, and blue.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, and I love it. It gets all on you, and you have the blue mouth. I love it. And you know, I love candy, so. Mm. Frozen bomb pots. I'm the bomb. Okay, anyway, that is today's National Day. And based on this heat wave, we need that. Oh, like seriously,
But today was kind of cool. Today was good.
because you're Caribbean. Like,
It was in the 70s.
girl, I'm hot. I'm hot. This is too hot for me. I needed to go like snowboarding or something because it was.
Yeah, today was better, Nikki. That's what I said. Nikki G said today was better. I agree with her. Today, compared to the rest of the week, girl, like you walked outside and I was like, I can't, I want to be outside, but I can't.
I can't breathe. And you know what else? If you're a New Yorker, today was the last day of school.
Yes.
So much
Congratulations, students and
shine.
teachers. You did it.
Students and teachers. But now that I'm a parent, do teachers work year round? Because I need my kids out of here. I'm just saying, a little later, I'm gonna need my kids out of here. So we need to put in a petition. Teachers
You
need
have
to work
summer
year
camp.
round.
Your kids will be going to summer camp doing some wonderful things. Hello,
My kids need to go year round because I'm a parent now, and someone needs to look after these kids. Okay.
Yes, that's why we have camp.
I have one, and the other one just born. But
2 under 2. That's what I'm talking about. Knock them
I'm
out.
just thinking, congratulations. Yeah, but camp is not free. New York City teachers, y'all are free. New York State teachers, y'all are free for public school.
Well, maybe in your town they help subsidize, because in my town they do subsidize. So camp is not really expensive. But like my sister's town does not subsidize.
I'm gonna ask you this question.
Mhm.
In your lifetime, did you ever receive anything that was subsidized? Because I know.
Yes, camp is subsidized by, my kids went to camp. Swimming was also subsidized. Baseball was subsidized. In our town, these things are subsidized by our tax dollars, so you can see where your tax dollars went. I'm just
And
saying.
she lives in Westchester, people.
I live in Westchester, and our taxes help our
Yeah,
social
I fancy. I don't know if I go that way. Que fancy.
Yeah, because my sister pays virtually what I pay for taxes, and nothing is subsidized, not even the pool. She get nothing. I'm like, what? And she's like, what? Like, it's not. She's in Nassau. There's like, yeah, well, so Westchester, like, you're paying high taxes, but at least you can see where your money's going.
Iris Westchester. Have your pinky up, Westchester. Yeah, I don't know anything that's gonna be for me. I'm just saying.
You don't know, because when I first moved, I didn't know what was subsidized, and now I do. You know.
Okay.
Wait. I was gone this weekend. It was my father's 88th birthday. He made it to 88, and we were so happy. We had a great birthday for him. And I was upstate, and then I was everywhere. I was kayaking. I was doing all kinds of fun things. I was enjoying my life, which I haven't done in the last few weeks because my dad's been on my mind.
Get fancy.
Yeah. So, but wait, this lady who's about like 80 years old, we were at Lake George. She's in Lake George, and she's talking to me, and she tells me that she's 80, and she's like, how old are you? And I say, tell her how old I am. And she's like, so see this your neck? She's like, so what? Why does your neck look like that? I'm like, what? And she's like, when you're old, you could tell you might be taking care of your face, but your neck tells your age. So what's your secret? And I was like, lotion. And she was like, oh, I was like, do you, and I really said, I was like, do you use lotion? She's like, not really. But listen, guys, you cannot go outside without using lotion because it's a protection and it helps you, like, so you don't want to look old before your time. One of Cash's
girl,
friends,
that's why I said I was this is my pause. She skipped. So I just want you to know that B has skipped because this has me on pause today. This
Okay.
has me on pause today. My age. So someone posted a picture of their whatever birthday. We supposedly went to the same school, graduated the same year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, to pull V up and say, "You oh, I was blown away. I was blown away. And look at my neck. I don't know. Look at my face. Look at this is there's no filter on this camera. So this is really what I look like. There's no filters going on.
Wait, the best part was
I
Cash
love
used
that.
to get upset. Like she used to get upset. Like I wouldn't tell anybody my age because I just have an issue. But she would be like, just go ahead, why? Now she's like, I'm whatever age. I'm like, oh, the time has come. She's like, I'm whatever age. Girl, say age. Don't worry about it. No. Welcome.
Yeah, especially with my newborn. I'm gonna keep that a little to myself. So whatever age you think I am, that's the age that I am. But girl, I do not look like those people. I asked people, how old does she look? They were like, maybe 59, 60. I'm like, 45, 59, 55. I'm like, girl, I gotta get that crepe erase. I gotta erase something because
I actually use crepe erase, but not on my neck. Maybe I should use it on my neck. I use it on my knees because I see these people on the beach and their knees are sagging and I can't. I'm scared of that. I'm like, I don't want saggy knees. I'm scared. So I'm just telling the truth. I'm like, look, I put crepe erase on my knees. I don't know if it's working or not. I don't have saggy knees. So.
I'm gonna hide my knees from you for the rest of my life. You know how you don't like to show your legs? I'm not showing my knees.
No, so when you guys go to the beach, we're gonna go to the beach this summer. So when you go to the beach or the park, you check out some women, not usually the men, but oh, look at that. But you check out some women's knees, and they can be thin or they can be heavy, whatever it is. Their knees, if they get to a little bit over whatever age I am or my age, their knees are sagging. And I'm just like, ooh, like you don't get a knee lift. So I'm like, so what, are you not going to wear a bathing suit? You're going to wear a bathing suit. How are you getting in the water without a bathing suit?
I am so done with you. I am so done. You judge everything. I cannot.
I do, but I'm not trying to judge them. There's nothing they can put in the crepe erase on my knees because I don't want that.
You see, I got my rolling chair back, but I'm just saying,
I see.
Nothing that I can do. What can I do now?
You don't have any problems. Your knees are fine. Your knees are fine. But I don't usually see people with melanin in their skin having this issue. Maybe I'm missing it. I think it's the people who don't, and they don't put lotion. They need some help.
Exactly. I have to worry about tripping over my boobs. You don't, but I do. And now I got to worry about tripping over my knees. What's that?
Well, okay, Iris, we're gonna see you at the beach this summer. You don't have problems with your knees, but I'm gonna show you the women who have problems with their knees. And I think it's once it happens, what are you supposed to do with
Okay,
that? Like,
excuse me. How do you know we don't have problem with our knees? Because you
I've seen you guys, and I would be saying, let's get some crepe erase and fix that before it gets too late.
she
I'm not
actually
leaving you
told me to buy-
hanging.
She actually told me to get crepe erase, guys.
I did.
She saw something. What she saw something.
No, I
Already.
was just trying. Listen, we need to help each other out. So if I have
can
a
I-
secret
I'm sorry,
and it's working for me,
Can I put
I'm
crepe erase on
sharing
my
it
bed?
with the rest of the world. So if if it's working, I'm sharing it. So I
Can I
was
put
just
crepe
sharing it.
erase on my boobs? Would they like get a? I'm just
But
saying.
I put crepe erase on my knees, and I'm gonna tell you another place I
Oh
put
my
it.
God! I thought she was about to say she put crepe
No, right
erase on her
here,
boobs.
because I've seen women who have these wrinkles right here, and I don't want that. So I put crepe erase here and on my knees. I'm just saying. You've not seen that? Tell me you haven't seen that. They're like, and you know, I like to have my shoulders out, my boobs out. I need to make sure that's good. Girls, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Oh my God!
Lotion. Put some lotion on. That will
Cameras
help
are
you.
different because I can't even look at myself in the mirror thinking about Yvette. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wear this because what is Yvette gonna say?
Who cares what I say? I judge myself harsher than I judge anybody else. Believe me. Believe me. Yes, there's so many things, but you know what? You work hard at work. You work hard at your family, friends, relationships. You got to work hard on yourself, or else it's going to show. You can tell the people who are not working hard, who are not doing what they're supposed to do, and that's also you can tell them all around. So, like, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, we can see it, but that's on you. If they're comfortable, if you like it, I love it. I just don't want those knees. But some people, I don't. They're happy. She's getting rid
This is taking a different level. She said, if you want to look like that, go on. And she's gonna just be like, okay.
You know,
I can't. I'm gonna try as best I can, but the links that you go through, I can't do it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna crepe erase my neck because
well, I'm gonna start doing my neck because I'm like, okay, what, you know,
when I
that lady.
saw that picture of the person that I supposedly graduated with.
But I saw her, and I'm just telling you the truth. And you know, I'm judgy, but I thought she looked pretty good for her age. I'm just saying. Do you know what I think it is? Like, Kat looks younger than her age, and most of our, like, we have a waffle crew. They all look young for their age. No matter how young they are, they're young anyway, but they look younger than they are. And I think we think everybody looks younger than they are because that's our group. And so that's not the truth about everybody. So I think that lady looks her right age, but you don't. So you're like, well, do I look like that? No, but she looks the age she is. She doesn't look older than her age. You look younger than your age, and so does our crew.
Hello? You need to tell me, just like when you looked at that lady, and this is years ago, I swear
If I
to God,
think you want to know, I'll tell you. But if I'm not telling people that don't want to know, but I want somebody to tell me. I always want to know. Don't be afraid to tell me. Tell me. But
okay,
you know,
no. This is like 15 years ago. I swear to God, it's like 15 years ago. And we saw this older lady put a mini skirt and a crop top.
No, she had on sequins at 10 o'clock in the morning. That it was a mini skirt with sequins at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, if you're going out, that's fine. 10 o'clock in the morning is no time for that mini skirt. I'll wear a mini skirt anytime, but not the sequins. No. She was coming from bingo or going to bingo. 10 o'clock in the morning.
Ma'am.
We were going
and she looked at her, she was like, She is too old to be wearing that.
She is too old to be wearing that sequence miniskirt at 10 o'clock in the morning.
At
She's not
this
a
time,
teenager.
you need to tell me.
Yeah. Now I wear all kinds of mini skirts. Girl, I'm out there. The girls have, yeah.
I'm
you
like,
know.
ma'am.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
out there. Look, you see me, my shoulders are always out, or it's either boobs or shoulders. One's out. Like
Oh,
I
Lord.
threw out like 50 t-shirts because I'm not wearing a t-shirt. It's covering your whole self up. Like, why am I wearing that? No. So yeah, I'm not.
The sun, so you don't start cracking.
No, because I have sunblock and a hat on, and it's been working all these years.
All these years, you have not been wearing the mini skirt and all it is showing. So
Yeah.
you
Oh
might
no,
start.
I've been wearing
You
a
might start
specific-
getting this.
No,
right
that's why I
here.
put crepe erase over here, girl. No, I have my crepe erase.
The
And-
word of the day.
Okay, amiable. You know, like, and we all know what that means, but we don't use it. Like, you know, like, if someone is not being friendly, you're like, oh, I thought she would be a little more amiable than she was when we met her. She seemed a little bit like, so like, it's usually a friendly, getting along with everybody person. Like me, I'm amiable. So, you know, so Cash, you're amiable. Connection crew, you guys are all amiable.
You know what it is? People think that I'm not, but I'm the nicer one of the both of us. I'm just gonna let you know.
I don't
Your
know
tongue.
if that's true. I think I have a sharp tongue, but if so, but not most people. Most people don't get to hear my sharp tongue. You do, because I tell you blah, 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 but most people tell me in reality who really knows I have a sharp tongue. Just my immediate family, and like nobody knows. They think they don't know because they don't cross me. If you cross me, I'm gonna cross you. I have a sharp tongue.
No.
Sharp.
If you cross her, she's gonna cross you off.
Okay, that's true, and that's it. You know, my poor mom, she's passed away, but before she died, she's like, one of the things that she said that she thinks I should try to fix, which I didn't agree to that. So, is that I am not a forgiving person, and that is a terrible thing. And I hope my kids do not pick that up, because I'm not forgiving. Like, if I think that you really did something bad, and like years go by, and you would think, well, it's been like 10 years, like you get over it. I'm not over it. You still did whatever you did, and I'm not forgiving, and it's wrong. I don't suggest it. It's not nice. I'm not harboring it. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm just done.
See, that's the difference. I will ruminate. You know what I should have said? And you're like, Tiffany, that was like, yeah, that was like how many years ago? And I'm just like,
one of our friends, she texted me. I had already blocked her, so she texted me through her kid. Just not that long ago, she texted me through her kid, and she's like, hi, hope everything is good. You know, whatever nonsense that she had to say. And she's told me that what she wants out of like to happen. I really don't care. So I said, I just text back. Okay, so I'm going to have to block your daughter's number now. Please do not contact me for any reason. And that's it. That's all I had to say. I am never going backwards. And she's already out of my life. I don't want her in my life. And it doesn't matter if she feels like, well, time has gone by and maybe we could talk about it. It's nothing to talk about. I'm done. I have people who love me, who I love. That's different. But I don't need somebody who, you know.
so what is this word? Amoeba? What?
You know what word it is. Amiable. Amiable.
Amiable. Amy. All right. Amiable.
Amiable. Yes, it's a good mood, friendly, nice person. You know, everybody gets along. people going to college this year, September. You want to be amiable when you have those meetings. You don't want to start off on the wrong foot. Let's be nice and kind to your friends.
No, see, I'm gonna cut that out right there because I was a roommate for all of 2 weeks, and I had to cut that right there because I was too amiable. And then you started taking over part of my room. So
What?
they have to be ground rules. You have to take your garbage out into the hallway and throw it out. You have to take your dirty, nasty panties with your little strip on it and go take that someplace and wash it. Okay? You have skid marks? No. You need to take that and wash that. You have your food here from 2 nights ago from RPU. No, ma'am. You need to go throw that and
But
wash your
setting
dishes.
boundaries, it doesn't make you don't have to be, that doesn't mean you can't be amiable because you're setting boundaries. That's a
but
different
not
thing.
too amiable.
You
Not
just have
too
to be-
amiable.
Yeah. Well,
Firm.
if anybody ever mistakes my kindness for weakness, they find out. I'm just saying.
Well,
In that
you
case,
know,
Cash is much kinder than me. Like, I'm just telling the truth. I'm not. She is.
but she's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
use big words, and you're gonna think that, oh, she's so cute when she does that. But her big words just cut you in half. I'm just gonna let you know. Go look it up. She done sliced you. She's like, oh, you're a Minchamamba. And you're like, a Minchamamba? Oh, that sounds so good. Meanwhile, she just cut you in two. I'm just
Well,
saying.
like, you should never underestimate a woman.
All right. Well, we're going to take our commercial break.
Oh my goodness, can we have this fake commercial break? Please follow Relationship-ish on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you watch your social media. Please tell a friend to tell a friend about us on every Thursday night at 8:00. We are here. We're here for you and for ourselves. We're having fun too. But we want you to tell a friend, and so we can have more followers.
I think next week we should get our tap shoes, and I'll do a tap number.
I would do that.
You
I don't
know?
know where my tap shoes are, but I don't want to buy more tap shoes. But it's the 4th of July, so we could do like a dun 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 a 4th of July tap number.
It's
Yes,
going to
we
be
do
4th
know
of
how to
July
tap.
next Thursday.
Next Friday.
Where is this time going, people?
The 4th of July is Friday, and you're coming to my house, people's connection crew. Get it together.
I think I have a headache that day.
I know. So on the Thursday, it's 4th of July Eve. It's the 3rd of July. So
I
maybe we can.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
All right, commercial over. So let's get
What's
into
today's show?
Our show. Stop wishing and have a healthy marriage. Tell you with the things that I think to have a healthy marriage. It doesn't mean that it's going to work. It doesn't mean
Well, some of it's
that
going to
I have
work
it in
if
all,
you try
be
some
all.
of it.
But it is definitely going to be what we envision a healthy marriage to be. And that's
I
what I
don't really.
want.
I'm divorced, so like, what do I know? But I do know what. Maybe if I had somebody telling me this stuff, I wouldn't have been divorced. I don't know. I'm just saying the truth. I'm just saying.
And you know he's watching.
Oh, really? I washed my hair.
So sorry.
So, yes.
So
But-
weird to me. That is so
Yes.
weird to me.
I
But
cannot
anywho,
tell a lie. Well, anyway, so yes. So,
So
key
let's-
to a healthy marriage. What do you think it is? The first one. Open and
Open
honest
and
communication.
honest communication. Like,
Mm.
it means listening. And I'm going to say that I'm guilty of this sometimes. It means listening more than you're talking, right? And that's every relationship, because I am a big talker. And it doesn't mean I'm trying to talk over you. Most times I'm talking to rationalize my thoughts, because if I have my thoughts inside my head, they go rampant. I go wild. So talking out loud for me is a way that I think. So, but a healthy communication style is listening and hearing and being able to evolve and staying away from words like always, never. You never tell me that I'm pretty. You always leave your dishes in the sink. You never wake up
Mhm.
when the baby's crying. So staying away from those words are very important. And saying what you need and honest in your communication is important.
Yeah, and it sometimes I think when we're communicating with a significant other, your husband or your wife, the thought comes in your head as they're saying whatever they're saying, like they're saying, you never do this or whatever, and you want to interrupt because you want to shut that down. And I don't think you shouldn't shut it down, but I think you just need to let them finish and just need to hold that thought. And and that's what we have problems doing. I feel like if somebody says something, especially me, I want to get to I'm like, no, no, no. But yeah, you just listen. When you finish, it'll be your turn. So I think that's a little bit hard, especially if they're saying negative things and you just want to shut it down. You don't want to say that's not true or whatever. You don't want to let them finish. And that just makes the whole situation worse. And then you also, this is the number one thing that I think, what I found in people communicating in marriages, they don't want to um, they don't want to take the responsibility for whatever's going on. They want it to be the other person's fault. They're not communicating. They're not listening to why this is happening. They just know it's happening and they don't want to listen to why. Because maybe if you knew why they do this, then you'll be like, okay, so it's not so annoying because I thought you were doing it when you know I can't stand it. But maybe now you're doing it because that's what you know to do, and it's hard for you to break that habit. Okay, that makes a big difference. But we don't want to listen to things like that. It's not always about you. It is about you. I'm not saying it's not, but it's not only. It's a two people in the marriage, so it's about both of you. So you're both wrong and you're both right. You need to fix it.
Fix it. Are you trying to say something about me? Are you trying to say something about? Oh, okay, sorry.
No, because you have. Oh. See, I don't need that. I'm not married to anybody. There's no ring. I don't have to do that commitment thing. Just saying. I was committed when I was married, and I think you should be.
Keeping promises are so important to me. Like, it's part of what I say, like, part of my personality is about loyalty. So, like, my friends know, like, you call, I will be there. Anything that you need, if you say you need it, I will provide it. So, for me, being reliable, keeping promises, and being in it is important to me. Not being like, oh, I'm gonna go do such and such, and I'm like, well, you said you were gonna do that, and you're like, yeah, I didn't feel like that. We had a whole big discussion about it. Like, to me, that just really irks me. But if your commitment level, I think, has to match. And I think in the beginning, you have to be, what kind of commitment level are you? I am all out. I got to do it no matter what. And if you're with someone who's like, you could do it if you want, not, and vice versa. You could do it if you want. If I'm like, you could do it if you want or not, and the other person's like, no, it has to be done. So you have to be honest about where's your level of commitment to the relationship and the things that both of you need. I think that's important. Meeting that level.
I agree.
So number three.
Oh, this is a big one for me. Appreciation and gratitude. Like, so these are little things. You're like, babe, I'm really thirsty. Are you going that way? Can you get me a glass of water? They bring you the water and you just start drinking it. What happened to thank you? Like, they did it and they didn't have to do it. And so I think thank you for me. If anything happens, like, can you do me a favor? Can you get that screwdriver? Sure, I can. Thank you. You're welcome. Like, I feel like the you're welcomes and the thank yous, and it's not because you don't mean it. It's, of course, it's implied. I'm grateful that you're helping me, whatever. Yeah, but that thank you in a relationship for me is important. And like, you're doing little things because you are. You're the person who does the dishes. You're the person who washes the clothes. You're the person who cooks and does the grocery shopping. The other person is doing the yard, doing the stuff. But those things need to be, it's like, thanks for cooking the dinner, babe. And you didn't have to do it. You did it. And I appreciate, thanks for going grocery shopping today. Thank you. Thank you. It's a little thing. It doesn't cost any money. It makes people like me feel so good. What about you, Cash?
I am definitely guilty of this. I try to get better. It's just not my language. I'm not and I am very grateful. And I say it all the time. I am very grateful. I'm very appreciative. But every little thing for me doesn't need to be like, oh, thank you so much for washing that spoon while you were washing all the other dishes. I just thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all the time. Okay, Iris in her head.
Yeah. I'm definitely not good at, oh, please can you blah 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 blah. Thank you so kindly. It's not in my language. It's in my language. I'm not that person. And I'll make a big listen. Like, it was just this last weekend. I was like, look, I'm going to tell you things to do. It's not because I don't appreciate you. It's not that I don't mean please, but I may not say please. But I'm very appreciative of you coming to help me and doing
that was different. But that was different. But I feel like it's for me, not those things. Like, if we're all helping you, like, no one has time to say thank you. But if I cook the dinner, and I usually cook the dinner, I still think you need to say thank you. That's the part. It's not when we're all doing something and you're rushing. It's not. It's we're sitting down, we finished eating. Thank you. That was a really nice dinner. Appreciate that. That goes a long way for me. It's just, instead of going, okay, so then whatever happened at work today, I'm like, so no one even cares that I cooked this dinner. Okay. Like, so I need, I feel for me, like, I feel like I try to say, oh, you know what? Thank you so much for whatever this pizza that you guys got me. Thank you. I try to say it. And I feel like, and I care more about my spouse, because the things you do every day, then it becomes routine and no one cares. And you start thinking that no one cares. So I feel like at the beginning, everybody's like, thank you. Oh, darling. Thank you, babe. Oh, and then it wears thin. And now they're just expecting you to do it. And no one's saying, okay, she's going to do it again. I think that's the problem for me. And apparently it's
thank God me and V are not married. We're not dating. We're not in any type of relationship, because these things we'd be divorced again. All right. Oh,
I'm sorry. Does anybody else feel like that? Yes, share your shared goals and interests. Like, so your partner likes to go fishing. If you don't like to go fishing, that doesn't mean you can't talk about it. You can't say, so how many fish did you catch? You're the only one who caught fish. You can be interested in it. If you don't want to go, you have to be forced to do something you don't want to do, but you can still be interested in what they're doing, because everybody's not going to want to go ice skating because you like ice skating.
and I think this is where me and my spouse do like this. Our shared interest is dance. We met through dance,
Yes.
like, so to see a dance performance and talk about that was trash, or oh my God, that was so awesome. Like every
Mhm.
performance, every dance, that our interests are definitely aligned when it comes to that. Our goals and aspirations, but our interests are very similar, so that's good.
Well, yeah,
Healthy
interest. Well,
marriage.
you can't be it can't be everything, right? I mean, I never married a dancer. I've never dated a dancer, but if they say I'm never going to go to a Broadway show, that might be a problem for me. Like, I mean,
That's a definite.
so I
They
need
can't even be my
somebody,
friend. Like I can't do that. What are we gonna do
we
with
need
that?
somebody who likes to go to concerts and shows.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that. Demonstrate curiosity about the things that matter to the other person.
That's it. That's what I do. Like, you don't have to do everything that they do. Who's going to be doing that? But, show some interest in their interests, because they do want to talk about. Obviously, they love it, so they're going to say, "Oh, you want to know?" Yes. But
Unless
I
it's
mean,
really boring. I'm sorry.
no. But if your significant other, they love it. They like it. You love it. It's fine. But I know what you're saying. But you guys shared interest. Not very many people get to marry somebody who, if they like dance, and they get to marry somebody who's as into it as you guys were. You guys danced for many years. You got a lot in common when it comes to that, but not like there's probably a lot of guys who dance out there. I don't think they're interested in me. Just saying.
They might be.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Uh-huh. So,
Mr.
so it's
Franz, where
okay.
are you? That was
So,
my crush.
Mhm.
All right. So personal growth, encouraging each other's growth and not in development, and not just like support their pursuits, unless it's crazy to a certain extent. Like I'm gonna be the next pop star. Then maybe we need to have a reality check. But personal growth each way, like you want to be the best dinner planner, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's have some classes and go to class, go to whatever and do whatever you need to do in your personal time. I don't need to hog up your personal time so that you can grow away and grow together. I think that is
Mhm.
definitely important.
I agree. You get it. You're a partner. That the word partner implies that you guys are going to work together. So when you get married, that's your partner. And I feel like you can have a best friend. That doesn't mean you can't have a best friend, but this is your partner, and you need to encourage them. And if they didn't win this whatever it is at the job, they didn't get the promotion, you need to
You're a
encourage them.
loser, man. Why
Right.
didn't you get
Of
it?
course you didn't get it because you never blah blah blah. Like, that's not helpful. Like, you could always say, you know what, babe, maybe you didn't get it because this. Do you think this made a difference? Maybe next time what we could do is, if you do this, and this is my daughter goes, it's mom, it's not funny. I say, you know what we could do? And I say, you know what we could do? And that means she could do it. I say, you know what we could do? And then what? Okay, so I'm gone. What are we doing? Cash. Okay, so Cash, I forgot to tell you. The Cash is producing the show. In case you don't know, she produced last week's, and she is now our resident producer. And she's having a little bit too much fun. I don't know what she's doing. I'm here, I'm there, I'm big, I'm small. Yes, find a way to celebrate each other's wins. Yes, and encourage each other if we don't win, because we're not always going to win. So we're going to celebrate the wins, but we're not going to harp on the losses. And I don't know why I'm by myself here, because Cash is just having. What are you doing? I'm like, is anybody else feeling this? You know. But you know what? For me, even if you're married, I'm not married to anyone. But even if you're not, and I am dating, right? So even if you're not married, that doesn't mean you can't apply some of these things, because I think if you don't start while you're not married, I feel like then where you can't all of a sudden be married and start encouraging your mate. These things should be going on.
I definitely agree with what you have to say.
I don't know what's wrong with her.
I have no idea
Cash
what
is
is
just
wrong.
she's
You know,
and we're always having a good time with Cash. I don't know.
I didn't know what that button was for, so now I know, and I had to get it back together.
I like it. I like it.
Intimacy and affection.
Well,
Want
wait,
affection.
I know a couple, and the woman hates to hold hands, and her husband likes it, but when they were dating, she was like putting up with it, I guess, and she doesn't really like to do it. And she's like, "Come on with that." And I feel like this is why I said before you get married, because when they were not married, she was putting up with it, but she didn't want to do it. So she should have just made that clear. Because now it seems like now you got me, now we're married, now you don't want to hold hands. But she never really wanted to hold hands in the first place. And I'm like, that's not, I don't think that's cool. Do you think, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you have to be honest from the beginning. And I think intimacy is so important, and holding hands and showing affection and rubbing each other's shoulders and giving them a kiss goodbye and a kiss hello. I think those things are important. And I think once those stop, there's issues, because there's romance.
Well, you know what? When we were talking about sexuality, I found this group of people who are called asexuals. They like connection, but not sexually touching.
But I think that's good. But they need a person who
means.
likes that too, because that would not be me.
Yeah, man. I'm like, what? What is that? And you know, because when people ask me what's my sexual preference, I say girls, boys, and little farm animals. Pause. I do not like farm animals. I'm just trying to be inclusive, you know?
Well, the time you used to say that, I don't think anybody really was open enough to say they like farm animals. But now when you're like, no. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a different world, because I'm like girls, boys, and little farm animals, and they're like, it kind of throws them, because when you say little farm animals, it's like girls,
yeah, there's
and they're like,
different
okay,
types
girls,
of
okay,
intimacy.
boy, and
there's
so,
different types of intimacy, Iris said.
Yeah, and that physical intimacy and emotional intimacy, if you're a person that's like asking me so many questions, you're being nosy, that's crazy. Maybe, but there are relationships that work like that. I know my colleagues, they are very much like that. They're like
what?
Why are you asking me so many questions? You're just getting too into my business. And I'm like, that's your business? Like, we're together. We don't need to be everything. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's different. Mm-hmm. And they live in 2 different houses, and they've been dating for over 7 years. And I'm like, are y'all gonna move together? No. I'm like, okay. Are y'all gonna ever like get a third place so you can live? Why? I'm like,
But I think if you're older, maybe you don't. So I'm thinking of that. Like I'm trying to decide how I want the latter part of my life to look, and I'm wondering if I want the headaches. Like right now, I love having Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm the person, right, in my family, and I'm enjoying that, right? But then you have another family, and then they want to have Thanksgiving at their house, and you want to have Thanksgiving at your house. And when you're younger, you go to each other's parents' house and you make it work. But when you're my age, you want your kids with you. They want their kids with them. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm like just wondering about that part. Because I'm not having stuff, and I'm sure they don't want to not have stuff. But intimacy, I need you to hold my hand. I need you to kiss me hello and goodbye. I need you to acknowledge me. I can't take that. Don't touch. I don't like to be touched. Then that's it. But if that's how you've always been, that's fine. But now we can't be married, and now you've decided that that's how you are now.
Girl, we're breaking up. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna let you know we're done because but you're a whole different person. Like you pretended to catch it, and then you caught it, and then you're like, I don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly right.
Girls, boys, and little farm animals, you're gonna have to do some things for me. Very transparent. We got together. Very transparent.
Well, that's why divorces happen. Yep. The number one reason, lack of intimacy. Lack of intimacy.
Or that's when people start cheating.
Well, that's grounds. Cheating is not grounds for divorce, but lack of intimacy is grounds for divorce.
Wait, say that again.
So if your spouse cheats on you, that's not grounds for divorce. But if your spouse is withholding intimacy, that is grounds for divorce. So as long as while they're cheating, as long as they're still giving you what you need at home, it's good.
Ma'am, I'm not giving you any because you're getting it from Sarah over there. So why you need it from me if you're getting it from Sarah?
Well, I'm just saying lack of intimacy is ground because they might say the
So
reason
why
I'm
you're
with Sarah.
cheating on
Yeah, but they might say the reason I'm with Sarah is because she wasn't. It could be a lie, but they could still say I'm only with Sarah because she wasn't giving me any. So then I turn to somebody else. It doesn't mean it's the truth because obviously when you're getting divorced, it's not usually everybody's not always being truthful about what's really going on. I'm just saying, in my experience.
I'm just so
Cookies.
Cooties. So what? So someone's cheating on you. You're not giving them because they're cheating on you. And now that's grounds for divorce because I'm not giving you any because you're getting it from.
Yeah, but you could try to explain that to the judge. There's a judge involved, and it's like you have to explain yourself and see who the judge has to believe, one of you or the other. So,
okay, well, and now this is one to grow on. So let's forgiveness, grace, trust, apologize, be humble.
So, I don't mind apologizing, but forgiving, I could forgive if you stubbed my toe, but if you were like dancing with some chick all night and I was just sitting there, that's not gonna work. I'm not forgiving that. I don't have any grace for that. Well, how about you? Are you forgiving in a relationship, in a marriage? How about trust? Do you have trust in a marriage?
I have trust in a marriage. I definitely have trust in a marriage.
That's important.
I'm not gonna think that my spouse is going out and doing something with somebody else, I'm not, as long, I don't think I have that fear. Like if you're like talking to somebody and you're like flirting with them or whatever, I don't feel like, oh my God, you're about to leave me. Oh, I don't feel that. Like
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's just what it is. If you get a drink from somebody else, I'm like, I'll make sure that I drink it with you. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. To let the other person know that
Mm-hmm.
we're together. But thinking that you're going to go off and not come back to me, I don't think I have that.
I have trust issues because I really trusted my ex-husband. I would have said that he would never cheat on me, and he did. So I'm like, so I don't know. What do I know? But humble, Nikki, what is meant by humble is because sometimes you know you're wrong and you dig your foot in and you don't apologize. You have to humble yourself. You know, I'm really sorry if you're really sorry. But sometimes you know you're sorry, but you can't make yourself. You have to humble yourself. You have to. Sometimes we want to be so strong and like, I'm not saying I'm sorry. Well, are you sorry? Yes, but no, I said I'm sorry last 3 times and I'm not. I don't care. But sometimes if you know you're wrong, sometimes you just got to eat it and say, yeah, like I sorry. I
I don't know if I
didn't
can
mean
do
to do
that.
this. If you know that you're wrong, so a lot of times we know we're wrong and we still don't want to say we're sorry. And that's the problem. So we have to humble ourselves. I'm not saying I do that, because obviously I'm not, but you should. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You don't think you do that, but that's what we need to do sometimes. Sometimes you get tired of saying you're sorry, but if you're really wrong, no one's keeping score but you in your head. No one cares. But I do keep score. I was in a relationship and I was like, okay,
I was about to say,
no, only
so
because no. This person never said they were sorry, but he admitted it. He's like, because I'm never wrong. Why would I say I'm sorry? So what are you supposed? I'm like this. What? Hello. So I'm like, okay. So this is a problem for me. But it wasn't a problem. He said he's never wrong. So why does he apologize for? He's not going to be humble.
I can, I think for me, I'm a ruminator. And once you wrong me, when we get in an argument, I'm like, and here it goes again. You're doing the same thing. You did this before. And we're like, but you forgave it. I'm like, again, it's the same thing. I can't. And they're like, okay, why are we going back to the past? And I'm just like, because it's there. You've done this exact same thing before. And so that forgiving, I try to forgive and move on, but by nature, I'm a ruminator. I run things in my head again and again and again and again. And I try not to bring up the past, but I am famous for that. And I try to get better. I know that I'm wrong and I say I'm sorry, but
Well, at least you admit it. And you know what? We're not perfect.
I'm
So
wrong. That is
if you're
definitely
looking for
something that
perfection,
I know that my spouse wishes that, okay, and she just tunes out. And I'm like, you're not even listening to me because you're repeating the same thing. And I'm like, oh. All right. Well, let's skip. We're almost done. This is a healthy marriage. Respect and, well, if you can't respect me, then, I think we did that one.
nope, we
was this.
didn't. We didn't do respect and understanding, but I mean, we could just go through it really quick. But I think that's a given. If your spouse doesn't respect you, then like what, I mean,
Mm-mm. RESPCT, financial stability.
Yes.
I
Well,
don't
because
know.
like if you're working hard and this person is spending the money and you don't see any so I feel like you have to feel like well, I know you're getting this thing from Amazon, but how many Amazon boxes are we going to get? We don't have money like this. So I'm like,
Did you have a conversation with my wife? Is that what you're trying to say?
well, here's the thing. Before, when I was married, you would go to the store and leave the stuff in your trunk and just take out one little bag. And then when they went to work, you would take the stuff out. But now Amazon, it just comes in this messes up everything. It's like another box, another box. So I don't know. I wasn't
And
really
some of the
married during
boxes,
this Amazon real time.
I'm just gonna let you know, some of those boxes are toiletries, okay? They're my deodorant and soap. Yes, I get it from Amazon.
Yes,
Some
me
of it.
too. But some of it is
Some of
just
it.
not. Like,
Excuse
some
me,
of it-
ma'am. They're my toiletries.
Yes, there are her toilets, of course. But yeah, Amazon is like telling us. But everybody needs. I think everybody wants financial stability. So it doesn't mean that you have to be rich, but you have to be responsible with your money. And it's not just your money anymore. Now you have a significant other, and you have to act like it's not about you. It's about us. So it's not your money; it's our money. And so we need to be like focus on what we want to do with it and where we're going with it,
Ma'am,
and
it's our. This is not a healthy marriage. This is not healthy. It's not healthy. No, seriously. I mean, that's important because how are you gonna pay the bills if you share children? You have to be honest about where your money is and where it's going. And
yeah.
I'm still keeping my motorcycle. Oh, I'm
And
sorry,
well,
it's
you
not
should.
about me. Okay.
And
Uh,
well, you should keep your motorcycle. I mean, you have to have fun. If you
spiritual
guys want to go to
connection.
church together, you have someone who doesn't want to go to church and you want to go to church. That's to have like some kind of connection a little bit, like,
But what if
some
you're Christian and they're Jewish?
you
Or
still, but you still share
is
one God. So I think it's more the atheist who doesn't believe and the person who believes. I think that's a harder connection because if you're Jewish or Christian, you still believe in God, and that's the big picture, right? All the other things are, but if you're an atheist, and I don't even care if you're an atheist, but the same thing happens every time. It's like you want to convince me that there is no God and there is no this, and I can't be with that person. Like I need somebody who agrees with me. You don't have to go to church with me. If I want to go to church, you don't. But I don't want you coming back going. There's no God, right? You're just wasting your time, right? I can't. I need somebody who agrees with certain parts of my spirituality. I just think it's easier and it makes life fun. You don't agree. I think that's too hard. I feel like if you're Muslim and you're Jewish or you're Christian, if you can find a common ground, then we're good. But if you can't find a common ground in your spirituality, I think it's going to be really hard. At least for me, it would be too hard. You could be a different religion, but it was just like this. I'm just saying, 90 Day Fiance, this guy, he's Muslim. He tells his wife, like, she doesn't have to become Muslim. All she needs to do is wear what the Muslim women wear. And that's all he's asking of her.
Hajjah.
She does that. Where's the hajjah? Where's it? And then he says that he doesn't want her going to church anymore, to the Christian church. She does that. And then he tells her he wants her to convert. She does that. And now we're not finished. The season hasn't over, but now he wants her to move to the Middle East. The plan was to live here. Now she'll be in the Middle East, away from her family, with a new religion. Who knows if she's going to get her passport or have any money to get on a plane and come back, see her parents when she wants to. I'm hoping that they talk some sense into her because I'm saying no. I'm just saying.
Well, she is telling you need to have a spiritual connection.
Yes.
Stop wishing and have a healthy marriage. And so these are the keys to stop wishing and have a healthy marriage.
And you could pick one and work on it. Open and honest
Oh.
communication. Pick one and go for it.
Commitment.
Appreciation and gratitude.
4, shared goals and interests.
5, personal growth. It's important.
6, intimacy and affection. I'm not asexual.
Forgiveness, grace, and trust.
8, respect and understanding. I was about understanding. Respect and understanding.
Right. Financial stability. It's important, people.
10, spiritual connection. So what has you saying, like you didn't think about this, that really struck you in a moment of reflection?
In the moment of reflection, it's the please and thank you, because I know that's important to me. But when I read that, I realized how it is important to me. When I was married, that would be a problem for me. I'm like, okay, so because I think because I'm always saying it, I guess I'm doing what Cash does. I'm ruminating on, like, hey, you don't even care that I did this. Like, I'm like, of course, it's your anniversary, special occasion. Everybody says thank you, but on every day, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, trying to make your dinner, making sure the laundry's done, and I come home. Did you eat? Yes. Was it good? Yes. Like I want, I killed myself to do this, and I want something. Yes, it was really good. Thank you, or whatever. Like, because I'm trying, so I feel like that's more important to me than I let on. And whoever I'm with, I need them to know that those things are really important to me. Like, because I just ignore, because that's not how that person is, but that's how I am. So I'm feeling it, and so I'm gonna put that on you, because I'm gonna feel like you're ungrateful, and maybe you're not, but that's what's happening to me. So that's what I realized about myself in this. How about you?
I think the fact that you made me think about how important it is for some people. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Because you're not
saying
being
thank you.
rude.
You know, I'm being appreciative. The fact that you think that I'm not, like, what do you think this is?
We
Of
don't think
course
that
I'm
you're
being
not.
appreciative.
It's not that it's like, if I think about it, I know that my husband is being, or my wife is being appreciative. I know it in theory, but it's just nice to hear it, because it's like, you're not eating theory, you're eating the food that I cooked. Like, I cooked it. So I know you appreciate it, but it's nice to hear.
Yeah. So I think for me, I have to really embody that, because my wife says that, like, she's just like, okay, like, I don't do blah 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 and blah, and I'm like, okay, you do, but I also, and she's like, and you don't even acknowledge that, and I'm like, okay. So, I mean, I'm gonna say, listening to you, how important that is to you, and it's
For
not
me.
just blah 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 blah. So maybe a pause, and like really try to live up to. Let me pause and think about what's important in our communication, to think about a better me, in that, to be a better marriage, because I don't find that important. And I guess because I don't find it important, because I feel that it is assumed that you just know that I'm appreciative, that I love you, that was thank you, so maybe just picking that up and making it more important, and actually saying it prominent, maybe something that I can take pause and do.
Yeah.
Just saying, maybe.
Just saying, well, we all learned something. And maybe next time I get married, I won't get divorced. What do you think, Iris? Yes, we can. We can respect each other's spirituality and just and not agree on it. Yes, we can. That's the most important. Respect. There you go again. Respect is most important. So what do you think about? Well, next week is the day before the 4th of July. But what do you think is next week's show? What is it going to be?
I think we're gonna do another. Let's have a staycation. What it can
Yeah.
be a staycation with your friends and family and have
Mhm.
fun. What are some fun things that you can do right there in your own
And
little pod?
a lot of yes, where you live. But this is what I have found out so far about little staycations. There, even though you're having a staycation in New York, they have these same things in Florida, these same things in Pennsylvania, these same things in Virginia. So it's not only if you live in New York, or you could just go to this. If you're in Pennsylvania, if you happen to go to Pennsylvania, then that's not your staycation if you live in Virginia. So, but a lot of these things that you can do are not only in your state. So it's for everybody, you know. There are things that you can do to have fun. I had a great like 4 days, and I really didn't really go anywhere. You know, I went upstate, but I was there, and I didn't go.
Don't get
anywhere.
pregnant.
Yeah, those days have passed, but okay.
Don't get pregnant. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, we'll see.
If we come on the show and all of a sudden someone has morning sickness,
What? Okay, just girl is Cash is insane. But let me just say, Cash has produced this show, and I am grateful, and we are all the Connection crew is all grateful, because if it wasn't for Cash, we wouldn't be here today or last week or whatever, because I don't know how to do these things that she knows how to do. And I am, for one, and all of us are grateful for Cash for letting us have this podcast. Just saying. Thank you, Cash.
I have no
Appreciate
idea what
you.
I'm doing. I'm just clicking.
Well, you're doing it. Better job than me.
Don't forget to like. Don't forget. So right now, when you're watching, hit that like button. Just hit the. It looks just like this. If you don't know what it looks like, hit that screen. All right. Tap 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 on the screen so you like
Yes,
it.
Nikki.
So
Pew, 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 pew.
all right. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it. Make sure you love us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You're watching us on YouTube right now, right? You're watching us on YouTube,
So
right?
like it. Like it.
it. We're on
Follow
TikTok.
us. Follow us on
Follow
YouTube
so
if
you
you're
know
not
what's
following
going
us.
on. How are you gonna know? Stop wishing and have a happy marriage if you're not watching us. And we're not saying we're the experts. We're saying this is real life.
This is real life. I'm
Real
really
life.
divorced. She's really married. There you go.
Here you go. And but she's saying that she's divorced, but she had a great marriage for over 30 years.
Yeah, I did. I had a great,
She only
what I thought
looked
was a great,
30 years old. So she only got married when she was 10.
oh, Cash. But yes, but you know, I did have a great marriage. So when people go, oh, your marriage failed, and you know, it didn't last forever, but I had a great, like at least 20 years of, I was happy. We were holding hands, and we had kids, and we were just doing things together, and we always had date night. It was a great marriage. And if I get married again, I hope it is that good.
Anyway, I'm not giving him all that credit. So don't
No,
forget
it was
to
us.
watch us next week. We're here Thursday at 8 o'clock.
8.
This is Relationship-ish, and we're your hosts. I'm Cash.
And I'm V. She
See
always
you
says I
later,
don't say it fast
Connection
enough.
Crew.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And bye.